Greetings family, peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru, thanks for visiting my channel. This video is about a drug dealer, alleged drug dealer, who is telling alleged stupid lies, NYPD cop's lawyer says. We're going to get to the bottom of it and we'll see who's telling the stupid lies. Let's go to the story. So family, the lawyer for an NYPD cop accused of ramming his service weapon into the mouth of a 16-year-old Kaheem Tribble, alleged drug dealer, suggested Thursday that the teen was just telling another one of his stupid lies. Quote, "Isn't it true that the officer's gun never touched you?" Unquote, lawyer Stephen Worth bellowed at Kaheem Tribble, now 18, who was on the stand in Brooklyn court testifying against Officer David Afandador and another cop, Tyrone Isaac, who allegedly beat him. But before I continue, family, I'm going to show you the video so we can see who's telling the lies. Okay, family, I'm about to show you the video, and I'm not going to start it from the beginning. I'm going to start it right from where Kaheem Tribble comes into the frame. Here we go. So he swings on him. And he continues swinging on them, both of them. So they're beating him. These are the boys in blue. Nah, they're not violent. Nah. The one who's violent is on the ground in pain, right? He's the violent one. You know, family, I'm being sarcastic. So they continue beating him, showing that he's being violent and resisting. You know how they always say that he's resisting. Look at him, he's resisting. He's in pain and he's can't do anything. He's being beaten by 3 men, but yet he's resisting. So family, where I left off was that he was in court testifying, where they had just asked him the question, and I'll repeat the question, quote, "Isn't it true that the officer's gun never touched you?" Unquote, lawyer Stephen Worth bellowed at Kaheem Tribble, now 18. "Not true," snapped back the teen whose assault was allegedly caught on video. Well, see, family, they always do that in with their shenanigans, how they say alleged when it's convenient for them. It's not allegedly caught on video, it's caught on video. But see, that's their tricks. That's the wonderful world of white supremacy. But anyways, I digress. Quote, "Mr. Tribble, if instead of just telling stupid lies, you just," unquote, Afandador's lawyer began before being quickly interrupted by Judge Danny Chun, who is overseeing the non-jury trial. So, family, right there, that tells you that there was a non-jury trial. So that's unfortunate because 12 juries of his peers will not be able to hear the truth of the matter and see the truth of the matter. And so that's really unfortunate right there, that it was a non-jury trial. And I think they railroad black men and women who don't know any better when they put us through obstacles like that to suit their agenda. Why do I use the word agenda? Well, I'm going to get to that. Well, yeah, the article is going to expose that agenda. Okay, so getting back to the article, it says, quote, Mr. Worth, the judge interrupted. "I suggest that if you want to finish your cross-examination, fine," Worth shot back before turning to Tribble again and asking, quote, "Could it be true that the officer had no idea he'd hit you?" Unquote. Now, family, you saw the video just like I did. You're not stupid. None of us are. We're not stupid. We could see that the police officers flat, plainly attacked and terrorized this young man, who at the time was 16 years old. They flatly terrorized him and beat him on the streets like an animal. Even though they're the animals acting that way. And they're adults. That's what's so foul. Adults doing that to kids. I don't know I don't know any other sickness. And you know what? I bet that kind of shit is an abomination to God too. You and your shenanigans, using your Bible against everything. I'm sure it's under there. Grown-ups treating kids that way. Okay, but I'm going to get back to this story. He says, fine, Worth shot back before turning to Tribble again and asking, could it be true that the officer had no idea he'd hit you? Yes, the smirking teen said sarcastically while stretching. So family, a Fanador is accused of breaking two of Tribble's bottom teeth with his gun during an August 2014 arrest. Isaac also faces misdemeanor assault charges for allegedly punching the teen in the head. Well, again, there is no alleged to it. We saw him punch the teen in the head. We saw it on video. It's on video. What do you got? White supremacy is falling apart. It's sick. And that's why we see it turning in on itself. White men are shooting police officers like it's a sport. This is a karma. This is what you're having come back to you, I guess. What do you call it? You tell me, what do you call it? Anyways, the quote alleged beating, which it was not an alleged beating, it was a beating. The beating unfolded after cops saw the teen walking down the street carrying a bag and began chasing him. So family, that's all he was doing, was walking down the street with a bag in his hand. Oh, while being black. So he's walking down the street with a bag in his hand, and they began chasing him. Idiots. So family, Tribble has admitted that the bag contained $250 worth of marijuana he intended to sell. Well, they might have coerced him into saying that. I bet he bought that $250 worth of marijuana to smoke himself. You know, they coerce black men and women into anything they want to turn the picture into, especially when you're young and dumb. And I'm not downing this brother for being dumb. I'm not saying that, no. Because I know every black man and every black woman has the potential to be the greatest if we only believed in ourselves. If we only believed in ourselves. But anyways, back to the video. It says surveillance footage shows the cops ID'd in the footage by the NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau advancing on the youth who has his hands up. Did you guys hear that? Yeah, exactly. Isaac can be seen swinging at Tribble, who backs into a wall, and then a Fanador comes into the frame with his gun pointed at the unarmed teen. Like they always do. It is unclear on the video, but a Fanador is accused of then lunging at Tribble with his gun out straight. The teen can then be seen crumpling to the ground. Well, that's because he had hit him with that gun. Probably right in his jaw. Broke his bottom teeth. Tribble's testimony remained mostly unemotional Thursday, even as he watched the video of the incident. He only grew churlish as he was hounded by defense lawyers. And, like I said, the court systems, these defense lawyers treat young black men in this fashion. They have an education that is far more, I won't say superior, but they have far more training, like monkeys. They have far more training, these lawyers, on how to manipulate courts and how to manipulate scenarios, and they're good at it. And so they say talk loud and they say things fast, and before you know it, you're admitting to whatever it is BS that they've concocted. It's crazy. And wait a minute, Johnny Cochran talks about this in his book. I'm going to expose a lot of that. I just haven't gotten to finishing up my notes, but I'm working on it, family. But anyways, as far as this story, it just sounds like to me that they're trying to get over on them, and you're going to hear more about that. So it goes on to say that, quote, "You never got a drop of blood on that white shirt," unquote, Worth sneered as he questioned Tribble's previous testimony about his bleeding mouth. "Not a drop," Tribble snorted back. "I was spitting on the floor." Yeah, he might not have gotten a drop of blood on his white shirt. And then maybe he did. You guys wouldn't. You sure, unless you presented that white shirt in court, you're just a shark lawyer who's saying it without providing the evidence. I would have liked to seen the white shirt, and then we could have seen if it had blood on it. But I bet you they didn't produce it. At least they're not saying it in the article here. He says, "Not a drop," Tribble snorted back. "I was spitting on the floor." Yeah, you was spitting out blood. Because we saw how they hit you and beat you on that video. But anyways, it says, Worth also grilled the teen on his, and here it is, family, on his $5 million notice of claim filed against the city after the incident, saying it was a claim, saying it was contained, quote, all sorts of lies. So I'm going to read that one more time, because here is where this little shark of a lawyer is trying to get over. It says, Worth also grilled the teen on his $5 million notice of claim filed against the city after the incident, saying it contained, quote, all sorts of lies. So the lawyer is saying this whole claim contains all sorts of lies, even though they have a video that clearly shows you that he's telling the truth. And so you're wondering, why is he sticking his middle fingers up at you? You're wondering, huh? You don't understand. You're wondering why those middle fingers are stuck up at you. But anyways, it goes on to say, and I'm coming to an end, family. It goes on to say, quote, "We can agree that what you put in your notice of claim was a lie," the lawyer said. And family, after much back and forth, Tribble conceded yes. So again, the lawyer says, we can agree that what you put in your notice of claim was a lie, question mark, the lawyer said. And after much back and forth, Tribble conceded yes. So basically, they broke this brother down all damn day, probably in court, grilling him until he said yes before they let this man go home. That's what they did, because they didn't want to have to pay or deal with a $5 million lawsuit against the city. So they try to make this go away. But family, I'm reporting this to you so you're aware. This is how they do. And again, it's not a justice system. It's just us, black folks and brown folks, that they do this to. It has nothing to do with justice. It has nothing to do with righteousness. Because they have nothing to do with righteousness ever. Do they ever have anything to do with what's right? It's an indictment of their crooked ass system. It really is. So family, if you have any views, you're welcome to leave them in the comment section. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Guru. Peace and love to you and yours. And until the next video, take care.